Hello everyone, welcome to Essentially Sports. Today we have a very special guest from the streaming world. She's an avid investor in popular companies like Netflix, Activision, and Google. A business tycoon running multiple businesses and the top creator in the female category. So, without any further ado, I would like to introduce you to the streamer of the year 2022, the ASMR star, or as the streaming world suggests, the queen of Twitch, Amouranth.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. So, how are you? What are you doing lately?
I'm doing great. I have boxing training in like 2 hours, but we got like an hour to chat, so I'm doing pretty good.
I mean, yeah, definitely. We have all heard about the buzz in the market about you doing your boxing debut at Ibai's event. So, what about all that?
It's on July 1st in Spain, so I'm super excited. I don't have that long to train. None of us did, so we have like 4 months to become a fighter. I've never fought before, but I'm very athletic. I have a home gym. I have great cardio because I've been playing Just Dance and riding horses for years. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to learn something new.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, was there a journey? Like, how did you land up into boxing? Because that's a new chapter of your life. We have seen you streaming, cosplaying. So this is something new for all your fans.
Yeah, a Spanish streamer Ibai invited me, and I was like, "Whoa, boxing in Spain sounds crazy." And I was like, why not? Give it a try." It sounded fun.
And we are pretty sure that you are going to win.
Oh, thank you. I'm starting to persuade the Spanish people also to my side, even though they're not happy about it. But
Definitely. And anyway, you have had a remarkable journey on Twitch. You're one of the most phenomenal streamers on the platform. And we know that before streaming, you started as a cosplayer. So, who really introduced you to streaming?
Twitch actually invited me to the platform in 2016 because at the time they were launching a creative category. So they were trying to get cosplayers to come stream on their website. But now they don't really care about that. It's not really clear what Twitch cares about anymore, to be honest. So now it's kind of just a free-for-all, and I stream whenever I want, and that really depends on the day.
Definitely, definitely. You just mentioned that you started streaming in 2016. And for all of us, the first paycheck is always the most special one. So, what did you do with your first paycheck from the streaming world?
I bought a better laptop to stream more.
That's nice. And talking about your journey, was there ever a motivational speech or probably a quote or anything that always kept you going on your struggling days?
Not really a quote so much, but like I knew that this was an opportunity that not many people had because at the time I was making costumes and playing video games at first, and I was like, how many people do that for fun and I can get paid to do that? It's pretty awesome. So kind of just kept me going, and then it ended up becoming my main career because it surpassed everything else I was doing at the time. So I just started doing it full time.
Definitely. And just to go back to your childhood, we know that you used to love horses, that you want to own a sanctuary one day. And also recently you revealed that you wanted to become a paleontologist. So how
Yeah.
are, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
wearing a dinosaur jacket right now.
yes, yes. We saw your jacket on XQC stream.
Yeah. I love it.
Yes, definitely. So, as a kid, what were the things that took away most of your time? Like, what did you do that you enjoy doing the most?
Um, Probably playing with dogs and drawing. I really was into art. I also like playing video games, but when I was really little, I was more of a watcher because my brothers hogged all the video games. You know how that goes. So most of the time I was just hanging out with animals. They weren't even my animals. I was just on the street playing with my neighbor's dogs. And then I would just draw Pokemon in my free time. And that was pretty much my childhood. It was pretty quiet. I didn't have a lot of friends. So, yeah, pretty lonely.
Definitely. But it all worked out well because you have had a phenomenal journey. And they say that you are like the Shaquille O'Neal of streaming. So, so apart from being a top streamer, you are also a pioneer businesswoman. So when did you start learning about business? How did you learn about business? Was there a course? Did you meet people that taught you?
I kind of met people after I was making like a considerable amount of money. I looked into like getting an accountant and financial help since I didn't know what to do with it all. It's like I knew that it needed to last, but I didn't really know much about it. So yeah, that's when I started getting into finance. And I used to talk finance and stock with the late Reckful. He was also a streamer. So that was like kind of like my first jumping into doing something with the amount of money I made and investing it for my future. So it's kind of how I got started. Yeah, I started looking into that back in like 2017, 18.
Right, right. And we also know that you are associated with a private equity fund. So that's there. Anyway, coming back to your investments in the stock market, you have invested millions and millions of money building the best portfolio. Like we all know about your investments in Amazon, Netflix,
Mhm.
Activision. So, what are the new stocks that you're looking at? Are there any?
This year I haven't really been looking into that as much. I have been getting some more gas station stuff going, but I've been kind of busy this year with like all the boxing stuff. And I'm also trying to get a house in LA right now. And I'm also working on some other projects too for OnlyFans. Like they want me to like make productions for their OnlyFans TV platform. They call it like OFTV. It's like a YouTube. It's like a safe version. So I've been pretty crazy busy this year so far. I haven't really picked up anything new. Um, but yeah, I've been worried about like the whole bank issues lately going around. So I'm just trying to like disperse my money and make sure it's like okay, this is safe. Maybe take some out of so it's not all in one account and kind of just safeguard it a bit.
Uh,
But yeah, it's been pretty quiet this year. Otherwise,
but not to forget, you did end the year with a $2 million investment. So that was it. So keeping that in mind, would you like? Do you have any investment, advices for our viewers?
I don't feel like I'm qualified to give specific advice, but I would say like if you're just starting out, index funds are probably the safest way to go. Don't try to pick and choose if you're new. It can kind of be a bit of a gamble. So yeah, I would say play it safe.
Definitely, definitely. And recollecting 2022, I believe the gas station was your biggest investment. So
Yeah.
in 2023, are we going to expect something bigger than that?
I'm not sure. I mean, when something comes up, we'll see what happens. But so far this year, I haven't really been doing that. I've mostly been busy trying to pay my taxes. So I was like, once I get over that hurdle, then I can kind of look at new investments and things coming up.
Correct, correct. You also spoke about your retirement plan recently. So I believe that it's going on pretty well.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, you have had your fair share with Elon Musk, right? Like you do know about his doings. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about Elon running Twitter?
In one way, I think him running it might eventually be a little more liberating, hopefully, for like, since I do all the OnlyFans stuff, maybe we can finally get that kind of stuff not shadow bannable. I'm lucky to not be shadow banned right now. That's always will I be tomorrow? Who knows? So hopefully the future of Twitter can be a little more liberating there. But I think I don't know him running it. It also feels like he's doing it just for a flex and more of having fun with it. I don't know if he'll actually take care of real issues there, but we shall see. It's a little bit too new to make a really good decision on whether he'll do a good job or not. So We will find out, hopefully. Hopefully for the better.
Definitely. So if you were given a chance to run Twitter, would you? And if yes, what would be the changes that you would bring on the app?
I would say yes. I would run Twitter, but I don't think I would let people buy check marks for that much because then it's confusing, right? Because then it's hard to have really good moderation over who gets a check mark if they're making like a fake account or whatever. I feel like he only really hammers down on the fake accounts of himself, the Elon Musk fake accounts. So I don't know. I wouldn't do that per se, but I definitely would consider like having it be a little more open to girls as well, not just assholes with opinions. As you know, like the sex work industry with OnlyFans and stuff is always shadow bannable. So I'd probably make it a little more inclusive there, or even make it kind of like Twitter having it an 18 plus section at the very least. So at least you're not shadow banned. Maybe there's just like do you want to click on this feature or something? But yeah, I don't know. It's complicated for sure. It's tough. I wouldn't want the stress, that's for sure. I wouldn't want everyone mad at me.
Just more liberty for your fans is what I believe that you want. Right? Coming back to the investments, you've had, I mean, we all know about the multiple investments that you have, and all of them are doing pretty well. But was there ever a time that you feel that you missed out on $1 million opportunity?
Oh, the NFT stuff when it was hot. I wish I had done more with that. I feel like that was such a good thing for so many people, financially, anyways. So that I kind of missed the train on. And then I was too young to really know, but Bitcoin, of course, when it was worth pennies. So those things I really regret.
So
Yeah,
have you invested in NFTs and crypto?
not NFTs. I do have some crypto, but I don't necessarily believe in crypto, to be honest. But I believe that other people believe in it. So so I have some anyways.
So does that say that you are positive on crypto?
It's kind of, I don't really have a positive or negative view. It's kind of just in the middle. I have it just in case it does anything.
Right, definitely. From what you said about the liberty on social media platforms, you must be aware of the fact that Train recently he released Kick, and it has almost acted like a competitor to Twitch. So, what are your thoughts about it? About the new streaming platform, of course.
Well, I think it's hard to start new platforms like this. So I kind of feel for them in that regard. But yeah, I think it's definitely getting a bad reputation because even though it's hiring on a lot of the huge influencers, unfortunately, a lot of those huge influencers are like the problematic children of a classroom. So, they're causing a little bit of a bad rep, and it gives more of a rebellious vibe than I think they really intended. Because Kick was created so that they could, stake the company, could stream gambling and stuff. And I don't think its intention ever was really for, like, watching porn on there and things like that. So I kind of feel bad for them. But, at the same time, if you promote a platform like, oh, uncensored content, yeah, we're not going to ban you. If you don't set, like, direct guidelines, then people will just push it too far. And I hope they can recover their image because I do have a lot of friends who are on that platform, and I kind of feel bad for them if like the site can't, keep going. So I hope it succeeds for them, but yeah, I'm a little wary of it because I know the reputation involved.
That's true. I completely understand. But is there a possibility, even the slightest of possibility, that we can see Amouranth transitioning from Twitch to Kick in the future?
Mm, I don't know. I would give it a try for like a certain amount of money, but I don't think I would really go exclusive on there just because, at least right now, the reputation is really risky. So, yeah.
Definitely. And you know about, there's a buzz in the market when multiple big streamers, like for example, Aiden Ross, he transitioned from Twitch to Kick because of multiple reasons. And there is also a buzz where possibly Kai Cenat and a few more others might do the same thing. So do you believe that they are taking the right decision?
I don't think it's wrong to diversify your content on different platforms. I think the way they're going about it, though, is not great. I think if you are gonna branch out to other platforms, you should never shit on the one that you're still planning to be on, because that'll get you banned. They'll just find a reason to ban you. It's kind of what I'm worried about too. If I was gonna join Kick, would Twitch find easier ways to justify banning me? You know, like less leeway if I'm on that platform too. So that is a concern for sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible to do both. You just have to be careful about the way you do it and the things you say about Twitch. You know, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Correct. But overall, do you believe that, Twitch has rigorous guidelines?
Do I believe what?
Do you believe that Twitch has rigorous guidelines? What I mean by that is, do you think they go more hard on the streamers when it comes to revenue split and all the other things?
Yeah, I definitely think Twitch doesn't really have a good grasp on even its own terms of service and following through on them or upholding the same rules for everybody. But it's really complicated the way Twitch is currently built and run, because a lot of the times the people at Twitch who are setting the policies and stuff, they're not even the ones enforcing bans or suspensions of streamers. Like, we have account managers, like the top partners do typically, and our account managers don't even know why we get suspended or banned. They'll just get told that, like, hey, your streamer that you manage is getting a suspension. It's like, okay, or they'll get, like, you've received a warning for, like, a general topic, like sexual conduct, but they won't tell you in what ways that you were sexual or that you crossed the line anywhere, because they don't know. They're not doing that to be an asshole. Like, your partner manager just doesn't know, because there's this whole team called Trust and Safety, and they make the daily decisions on when to strike a creator on their account and suspend them or ban them. And nobody knows who they are. They don't have names or faces attached to these individuals. And supposedly that's for their own protection, so they don't get, like, threats and harassed or whatever. But because of that, it's really hard to have any communication because they're so secretive. So it's just an unfortunate system, I guess. It's not the way that I would want it to be run, for sure. I'd rather have communication so we can just avoid problems, as with many streamers. But currently, we don't get to decide those things. So it's kind of just is what it is. Can't really do much about it.
But coming to what you just said, that streamers don't get an opinion. You must be knowing that recently your dear friend XQC, he took Twitch's side and he said that streamers don't voice their opinions about the changes that they want on the platform. So do you think if they voice their opinion, things will change? Because no doubt Twitch is the biggest streaming platform in the world currently.
I think it's possible. I think the disconnect here is we feel like we're voicing our opinions because we take it up with our account manager, who probably at the end of the day has no say. So it probably might seem like we're not voicing our opinions. So I think there is some merit to that. Maybe if we all banded together on, like, a giant Twitter post to bitch at Twitch, maybe then some change would be done. If we're bringing in, like, a bunch of articles writing about us complaining, like a internet protest kind of reaction. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like streamers are inherently disorganized, so I don't know if that would actually ever happen.
So, talking about streamers, you are currently the best female streamer in the world.
Oh,
But undoubtedly, but do you have an advice for the ones who are recently starting and are looking forward to make a career, probably in streaming or Twitch or even gaming for that matter?
I would say that don't start streaming on Twitch alone. You should probably be diversifying on other platforms too, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. All those things are much easier to grow on. Twitch doesn't really have a discovery, especially these days. Their algorithm is so messed up and doesn't make any sense. So I would say don't just cold start on Twitch. It won't really go anywhere typically unless you get really lucky with, like, being on a bigger streamer's show or something, and you get a following from that. But most of the time, you're going to find more success on these other platforms, and then you can move that audience to Twitch.
Right. And talking a bit more about streamers, you are aware of the fact that Kai was the biggest streamer of 2022. So, do you have or do you know any underrated streamer or probably an upcoming streamer who has the capability of becoming the number one in the coming time? Who would probably be your biggest competitor, I would say.
Coming number one. I don't know. It's so hard to say what's number one because it really seems like, and this is not to shit on. Can I cuss here? I don't know. This is not to hate on any of my guy friends because who are streamers because I love all of them. I love Kai, I love X, I love Miz, all of them. But it seems like the more annoying and obnoxious and loud and stupid your humor is, the more viewers you have. So it's really hard to decide, like, it almost feels insulting for me to be like, oh, this guy, yeah, he's really fucking obnoxious. He's really loud and annoying. He's going to become number one. Like, it feels insulting to say, but it does seem to be the trend.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I recall that probably in July or August, there was a trend going on about VTubers. And you had said that if you ever have to restart your career, you would choose VTube as an option. So, is the option still in consideration?
Not really at this point. I mean, I could think VTubing could be fun just as like a side thing, but my main point for wanting to do that from the beginning would be to protect my privacy. But at this point, I've already destroyed that ability to protect my privacy. So there's really no point. But yeah, that's what's appealing to me about it, is that they don't know your face, your name, or anything.
So, do you think, with a personal opinion, do you think that the VTuber in the industry might flourish in the coming time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like it's already flourishing. We see a lot of very successful VTubers now. And I think that that's only going to continue to grow, especially with AI. I think we're going to get more realistic VTubers as well, where they're going to start looking like people in the future.
Right, right. While having a conversation with you some time back, you did talk about gambling. So I believe that gambling and the hot tub meta were the two big problems. So do you think that the gambling that is going on Kick will keep increasing more and more with time?
I
With the
mean,
liberty of that.
yeah, I think it'll be increasing on Kick for sure, because that's why they made the platform is so they could have gambling. And I honestly don't really see a problem with gambling if you're like telling about like the harmful effects that gambling can cause. Especially if like if the audience is like of age to be viewing gambling, to be trying gambling. If you have the stream marked as that, you can't really control kids that come into the stream. I feel like their parents should be more responsible of what they consume online. So I don't really think you can blame creators for that. Because otherwise you could just go to a movie theater and blame the movies for having R-rated movies that your kid could walk into. You're supposed to be supervising your kid. It's like that kind of thing to me. But, a lot of bad parents will be like, that's impossible to do. It's like, not really. Just stop buying the kids tablets and phones that can do that if you don't want your kid doing that. I don't know. It's just, is what it is. That's just my view, though. I feel like a lot of it comes down to bad parenting.
Okay. Okay. Nowadays, money has become very important, and sometime back, Mr. Beast revealed that he was offered $1 billion for his entire business model. So, if ever you were offered such an amount, would you give in, or what would be the ideal amount for you?
By business model, what do you mean by that? Like he was offered money to, like for his whole career?
Yes, yes, for his YouTube channel and
Oh, his
everything.
YouTube channel. $1 billion? Oh hell yeah, they can take everything. I don't care. Like absolutely. I'm not addicted to like the fame or the attention. I just want the money for my lifestyle, so it's whatever.
Probably you would say more than lifestyle, to fulfill your love for animals, like building a home and everything, I would believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, because $1 billion would be more than I ever expect to make. So I was like, sure, take all my channel. Let me just disappear into the sunset on my ponies. That's fine.
Also, another question about money. What is money to you? Is it a sense of security and influencer status, or a simple luxury? How would you define it?
Well, I feel like it's a bit of security. It's both security and luxury, right? Because it's like I have enough money at this point to where it's like I would be set for life as far as basic needs go. You know, I could live a very like middle class American lifestyle and not have to lift a finger anymore. But it's not at the point yet where I could just like buy, I don't know, like thousands of acres and hundreds of like animals, being able to rescue them and stuff, and being able to take care of them forever. So it's not, I'm not like mega rich, right? I can't just like go buy a yacht or like $1 million homes and all over the world and not bat an eye. So it's a bit of both, I guess. Like I already have the security part locked in. Now I'm just going for the I guess the luxury and the extra things at this point. Every dollar I make now is just for fun, like for the enjoyment of my lifestyle and things I want to do.
Definitely. And if I have to ask you, who do you think is your biggest competitor in streaming?
Competitor?
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know. I don't.
previously,
I feel like I don't really have a competitor at this point because my niche is kind of small. Yeah, there are a lot of e-girls, but not a lot of them are like I don't know, like as diverse, I guess, as I am as far as the type of content, like what they do. Like, yeah, there's other e-girls who are in a hot tub, but are there other e-girls who are invested in different businesses and doing boxing and hanging out with the guy streamers like one of the bros? Like, you know, it's I don't really feel like I have a competitor there, especially with like how much I stream. I'm just kind of like an outlier, I think, in that regard.
still, if you were to give a name, because asking because initially it was Indiefoxx, if I can recollect properly. So if you were to give a name, who would it be?
That's so hard. My competitors keep getting banned. I don't know. The pool is dwindling down a lot. Yeah, I know it's really hard because I think that was my last like actual like competitor directly for what I do. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely difficult to say. Oh, XQC is my biggest competitor. He has way more viewers than I do. It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's the biggest one.
And he's also your best friend, we believe.
Yeah, my best friend. Yeah, yeah, yes.
Definitely.
Historians
Definitely.
say they were good friends. Yes.
So, relating to your career history in fashion, would you like to tell us about your favorite brands?
My favorite brands?
Yes.
Like of clothing or what?
Yeah, for apparel, anything.
Oh, anything.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like, what would be your top five list?
My top five list. I'm not really like a huge designer person. So I really like those Loungefly backpacks with the Disney backpacks and the Pokemon ones. Those are cool. I'm really just like a big kid. I'm like, uh, Disney's my favorite brand. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like. I'm trying to think like, do I have a brand of like just one thing a lot? Not really at all. I'm not like a materialistic person really, unless it's horse related stuff. Yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
unfortunately.
What, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I think yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about owning a esports team, especially when creators like Ludwig, XQC, and Disguised Toast are keen to bring their own franchises to different gaming leagues across multiple platforms.
Can you repeat that? It cut out a little bit.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on owning a esports team, given that there are multiple streamers who are trying to, get into this space? Would you do the same?
I think I would own at least part of an esports team. I don't think I would want to be like the sole owner, but I would definitely own part of it if like if I joined an org and got some stake in it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Um, yeah, I don't even know what would be like the best genre. I don't think there's one specific esport right now that's super popular. I think it's more of like the personality route, kind of like 100 Thieves has done, where they diversify just into creators who don't even game. So it's like, like Austin show and stuff. That's kind of, I think, what I would go into is just a variety of creators, not like one specific professional game league.
Correct. Correct. And talking a little more about business, are you aware? I mean, you must be aware of the Face Clan situation currently. About
I've heard bits and pieces. I haven't kept up totally, but yeah, I know that they're not doing so well there financially. I think the stock has dropped a lot.
so, yeah. So, if you were given a chance to get a stake in Face, would you go ahead with it?
That's tough. If you'd asked a year ago, I would have said yes. I'm not sure right now. I would say maybe a small stake, one that wouldn't really hurt me if it didn't go well. Maybe like something
Right.
pretty small, just in case it made a comeback.
Right. Now, just to jump into gaming, you said that as a kid you were a big Pokemon fan.
Oh yeah,
So, who
huge.
was your favorite Pokemon?
Growing up with the original 150, I think my favorite Pokemon was Ninetales. But now, as an adult, I don't know why. I really like Flygon, one of the newer ones. I don't know if you know who that is. He's like this weird dragonfly looking, like he's an actual dragon, but he is like a dragonfly dragon. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I just think he's quirky and cute. So that's my favorite right now.
So, outside of like your daily routine, what is the most video game, like the most time you spend playing a video game?
Ooh. It'd have to definitely be like a Pokemon game. Hours and hours and hours. I'm actually really bummed because I was doing a lot of on the new Pokemon game, and then my Switch fell, blue screened, and I sent it to Nintendo for repair, and then my file was lost, all of my game files. That was really sad. So yeah, it'd probably be Pokemon games. I've been playing them since I was a kid. Like I could say probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. Starting off with like Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy a long time ago, and I've pretty much played every game since then. So yeah, that'd be the franchise for sure.
So, which is your currently favorite Pokemon game?
I think the best one was Pokemon, the Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, because that was remakes of Yellow, but better graphics, and you could have two players, and Pokemon could follow you around. That was really cool. So those are the two best ones I think so far.
Do you consider yourself as a elite gamer?
I think I consider myself a gamer. Yeah, I don't game probably as much as like people expect when they hear like a Twitch streamer gamer. But I'm a casual. I'm a filthy casual gamer. I don't play like every day, but I do enjoy it. Like if I wasn't streaming anymore, I'd probably play video games pretty much every day, but not like hardcore. Just different ones here and there for like an hour or two.
Right.
It's just not as profitable to me, sadly, to stream them. My audience much prefers just, boobs. Is what it is.
So, do you have any interest in FPS games?
Do I have any what?
Do you have any interest in FPS games, first-person shooter games?
Oh, I've played Overwatch. I really like Overwatch a lot.
Yes.
That's probably the only one that I really like felt like I could be addicted to was Overwatch. I think it's just because the play style is a little more fast. The rounds are short. Like I tried playing Valorant with friends, and with friends it's fun, but I don't want to spend 30 to 40 minutes playing one game that I'll probably lose. You know, I like Overwatch because if you're good, you can just be like 10 minutes with a good team done. You know, it's much easier to commit time to.
But then that just like it just makes me think if there was an alternate reality, would Amaranth become an FPS gamer, like a hardcore FPS gamer? Would
Probably an
that be a
alternate
possibility?
reality. Yeah. Um, if I had gone down the more mainstream model at first, I think that could have easily happened rather than like going into like the OnlyFans stuff. If I was just playing it safe, like a Pokemon or something, where it's just like games only, cute girl plays games and that's it. Then yeah, I could see that for sure.
Definitely, definitely. Are you aware about the recent Hogwarts Legacy drama that has been happening in the markets?
I'm not aware about the drama, but I did really enjoy that game.
Who's your favorite character from Hogwarts? I mean, the Harry Potter franchise.
That's a tough one. That's a good question. I would say probably either Bellatrix Lestrange because she's insane and I really enjoyed the vibe, or it would be like probably like Fred or George Weasley from the books. At least they were really fun characters. They didn't really get that much screen time in the movies, but in the books they were always really enjoyable.
So that makes me think, do you read a lot of books? Because we have never heard anything about that.
Not really these days. No, I used to read Harry Potter a lot when I was in school, like in high school. That was pretty much the only novels that I would just read from like beginning to end as fast as I could, and like in one sitting sometimes. But yeah, not really these days. Not a whole lot of reading. Mostly just like audio books and podcasts and stuff. Boring things.
Right. Did you watch the recent The Last of Us series that came out?
I have not watched that at all. I've heard it was good.
Do you plan on watching it?
Probably not. I'm more into like The Mandalorian that just came out. Like I'm very picky with my series 'cause I don't have a lot of time to dedicate. So right now I'm watching like I'll watch every Star Wars thing that comes out on Disney Plus, and if I'm not watching that, then I'm working on getting through Yellowstone. That's very much my thing. It's like Disney and or horses, like the Western lifestyle. Those are pretty much my two genres. Or like I really enjoyed Rings of Power too, even though people were giving it a lot of hate. I still thought it was a fun series. I don't take entertainment too seriously. So people are always like, "My lord," and I'm just like, I don't care. It's fun. It's just a fun escape.
Definitely. Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie is probably well, I have different categories. Let's say for animated movies, it would be Lion King, and then for actual people, it'd probably be Star Wars. Yeah, probably like Empire Strikes Back or something. Would be classic. Good stuff.
No, no horror movies at all?
No, horror movies aren't very scary to me. I feel like my real life problems are scarier than horror movies. They're more of just predictable. They're like bad comedies, you know.
Right, right. So, what's your comfort food or probably your favorite dish?
Ooh, comfort food. My go-to comfort food would probably be like chicken pot pie. It'd be so good. Oof, that hits. Or like pot roast. It's pretty good. But I really like sushi. Sushi's probably what I eat most of the time. And hibachi. So just like grilled meat and veggies. So good.
That's interesting to know. And that it lands me to the main question. What can we expect from the ASMR Queen in 2023?
Um, I'm not sure because right now I'm just really focused on boxing. But after July, I don't know. I don't really have that the rest of my year planned out. So I guess just a lot of variety for sure. I'm doing a lot of LA streams lately, and I keep going back for more collabs and more projects. Probably more Austin streams too with like my friends there. Um, yeah, I guess just a mixture of IRL streams and game show stuff. So I just started a new game show called Pimp My Simp. So that's been that I had like the first episode last week, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more. So yeah, I guess just ironically less ASMR and more variety.
Right. And recently, you also had posted about a project to hire people to play strategy games. So, are there any new projects that you have in mind apart from Pimp Myself, of course?
Um, no, that's pretty much my main one right now. I'm always looking at other options though. I don't know what I'll dive into. I just did a modder host stream. I think I might do more of those too with Mizkif. That was pretty fun. So yeah, I guess more game shows like that kind of cater to interactions with viewers. I think those are really fun.
But what about concepts? Because sometime back, you had a historic concept date with Benjamins. So, are we going to see
Mm.
some new concepts from the Queen?
I can't give away all my secrets. That's yeah, that was something I really enjoyed. We did like for I guess for the I don't know if this would be listeners or readers or whatever. We had a historically themed date where it was set in like 1776 with carriages and like historical clothing and all that. So it was a really fun like role play type of stream. I would like to do more of that with streamers as well. I kind of want to host, I don't know when or where. I kind of want to host like a Renaissance type ball to have like a lot of streamers come and do like a bigger role play event, either colonial like we did or like Renaissance. You know how we have like Renaissance fairs and stuff. I think that'd be really cool with like knights and gowns and dancing and archery and things like that. That'd be sick.
That's really, really, really interesting. And talking about Hassan, you must be aware that recently he made huge donations to different dog shelters. So, what's your take on that?
I think the heart is in the right place for sure from Hassan. I do think that it's awesome that he's trying to help out with dogs getting adopted. And I know he's getting a lot of backlash though from people who are like, oh, you're gonna, if they can't afford the adoption fee, you know, they can't afford a dog, which there is some valid criticism to that. Um, so I think maybe a better way to do it might have been like not saying the names of the shelters that you're giving money to, so that people don't go there and just like take advantage of that and being like, oh, there's free dogs today. Maybe just like donating money in general to the shelter so that they can save more dogs might have been the better strategy. But I still think that he, you know, his heart was in the right place. I'm not going to hate on him for it.
So, are we going to see any new donations in the future from you?
Oh, I do animal shelter streams already, like where I raise money. I just
Yes.
like I'll donate all of like the donations from that stream to the charity, and then I'll match it and stuff. So I think more of those would be fun. I'm trying to do more of those. I was planning a lot more, but then I got this boxing thing that I have to train for, so now my schedule's all messed up. So I'll try to fit some in here there, but I'll definitely be doing more after boxing for sure.
Right. So, we have a rapid fire round for you. ASMR or hot tub streams?
Hot tub streams for sure. More fun.
Right. Money or fame?
Ooh, money.
Fashion or streaming?
Passion or fashion? What did you say?
Fashion, fashion.
Oh, like clothing or
Yeah,
streaming?
yeah.
Streaming.
It's because you've had a long history with fashion and cosplay. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Streaming or hosting events?
Ooh. I think hosting events is more fun.
But in that, would it be just normal events or like the one you said, concept events?
Concept, and then also occasionally parties I think are fun, or like big organized trips to like on a vacation somewhere. I think it would be cool to stream. Like an island or a theme park would be cool.
Definitely. I mean, when it comes to parties, you threw a great one recently for your birthday.
Yeah, that was really fun. I had a good time. I want to do more parties like that in LA. I know that they're hard to do and you have to be careful who you invite, as we've seen with the streamer awards party. But yeah, I think the concept is really fun when nothing goes wrong. Yeah.
Right, right. Um, Game of Thrones or Last of Us?
Game of Thrones.
Is it one of your favorite series to watch?
Absolutely, it was. Yeah, I'm sad it ended. I mean, the last season everyone hates, but it was still fun. I liked it a lot.
So, do you have a favorite character?
Ooh, Tyrion Lannister is my favorite.
That's nice. Elon Musk in Tesla or Elon Musk in Twitter?
Tesla.
And one last question: Young Gravy or XQC?
XQC.
I think that's all. But I would like to tell you that we have been covering you extensively. So have you ever gone through our content?
Not recently, no. I think a long time ago. But yeah, I have not been keeping up with anything really recently. I've been too busy traveling. I'm actually going to LA again on Friday. So I'm just always moving around.
Is there something new coming up?
I'm working on that OF TV project. We're filming for it. It's not like a live stream event. We're just creating it for their like YouTube equivalent. So
Right. You sometime back you posted my Iggy Azalea article on Twitter, the Amouranth versus Iggy Azalea. So, what are your thoughts about it? Did you
I really
like the
liked it.
article?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's cool. I'm excited though. I can't wait to see this one come out. So it's really awesome that you guys are covering me. I feel so special and honored. Thank you.
Thank you so much.